Hello there, my name is Davis, and welcome back to the Real Valladolid Career Mode series. And we are following straight on from the last episode. Massive game away to Barcelona at the Camp Nou. And we are looking to follow on, I believe we're on a good run of form. We've had a nice long winter break. Our injured players have come back. Renier, who was out for 6 weeks, he's fully fit, but he has still got like the little icon next to his name. But yeah, last time out, 3-0 win against Valladolid, a 1-all draw against Osasuna on the simulation match, 3-0 against Girona, draw 1-all with Olympiacos, which was more than enough for us to top the Europa League group, and a 1-0 win against Atletico in December. So a decent December for us. First game of January is the Barcelona win. So the boys hopefully fully fit, fully rested, and ready to go on this one. A few easy games hopefully for that coming up over the following month. Our first Copa del Rey matchup against Leganes, a couple of days after the Barca one, followed by three easy games on the spin really, and then a double header, Atletico followed by Club Bruges in the round of 32, I think, of the Europa League, or maybe it's the round of 64. So yeah, I'm not sure if we'll make it all the way to those games today, but hopefully we can make it quite a way, as well as the end of the transfer window. But yes, let's get into the Barcelona game. First game in a couple of days on career mode, and it's raining. Complete opposite to real life back here, where it's about 32 degrees and it feels about 40 in my house. So it's a sweaty one, boys. Hopefully we can get a win though. Barcelona, I think, top of the league. I want to say they've taken over Sociedad now, and they're starting to run away with it a little bit. Hopefully we can pull them back into a dogfight. Renier, nice to see him back. 6 weeks on the sidelines. It was a big, it wasn't a massive hit for us actually, because we had 3 weeks off. Half of it was off with the winter break. Yeah, I've got a more or less full strength side. Tavares is dropped to the bench over Appa. No real reason, just Appa had asked me to get a start in. He said he felt good, so if the players, if they usually ask me, I usually do give them the start if they ask, if they're decent enough, like which Appa is good enough cover. And I think we have got Ethan Ampadu starting in the middle over Sumari. I think no real reason there either. It just, other than I didn't have Sumari in the starting lineup and I started without realizing, so that's how we line up. 30 minutes gone. It has been a very quiet game. Their defense playing so high, trying to feed balls into the feet of our attackers, but their defense are just they're dealing with every chance that we get. Need something from our top goal scorer potentially, or James Rodriguez. Probably not quick enough. He's got the feet though. He can go on. He's a great shot, and Ter Stegen does enough to put it wide. Good running from James. It's a great save as well. Fingertips. First real chance for us. A corner to go with it. Can we make it count? We can't. Keeper comes out for it. Renier. That's what we wanted. He's gone. Oh, he's had his rest. He was struggling I say he's struggling. Compared to last year's form, he was struggling in the league. He's only got like 6 goals, 7 goals. So this is his 8th. And that's a great finish. And Kunku dragging the defender in all the time in the world. He doesn't miss them ones. We are 1-0 up despite the early pressure from Barcelona. Great finish that. That's what we like to see. Keeper's going to play her out. And that should be that for half time. It's not a bad half at all from us, to be honest. I know they dominated us with the possession, but I can only really think of the one chance they had with the save that made us sweat a little bit. And the two chances we had, decent chances, one from the Hammers and obviously the one we scored. So it's been decent so far. It felt similar to the game against Atletico we had last year. We won 1-0 last couple of minutes. Very much snatch and grab. So be very happy it ends up like that. The boys doing very, very well. Happy with all their performances so far. If anything, I'll probably change Ampadu soon. Just swap him out for Sumari to get our first choice centre defensive mid back in. But hopefully more from the second half. Keep them quiet. Frankie, what a class player he is, mind. He scored against us a couple of times in the past. Barcelona really turning it on now. And as I said, Frankie de Jong, what a class player, very good finish, well worked goal. Just one of those ones where they start popping it back and forth. One touch, one touch, one touch. Arta, little feet to find the space. And Frankie tucks it near post. Keeper maybe do better with his feet there. But that is where we need some substitutions, I think. Ethan Ampadu is done right. Not been a standout performer. But it would seem that Soyuncu is not on the bench anyway. So we go Alcaraz in that middle. Oriana, a Colombian for Colombian up top, in centre attack and mid, and I think that's where we leave it for now. Maybe bring on Bratberg depending on how tired Renier gets. Busquets plays a nice, dangerous ball. That's a great save, and he's offside. Thank God for that. Smashed at the keeper, 92nd minute, and thankfully he parries it. To an offside player. I think that's about it. Cucurella comes on for Barca, and that is that. I mean, it's not a bad start. Camp Nou, take that 1-1 all day when Barcelona are flying in the league. Take that all day long. Okay, so as I said earlier, a nice run of easy-ish games. They should be easy on paper. Starting with Leganes away in the Copa del Rey. Copa del Rey, at the start of the season, I set out I want to win this season. But I also will be making some changes. A lot of the team will probably get swapped around. Bring in some players I don't use. Castro's come back off loan from, I think he's at Atlanta. Well, not Atlanta, Atlanta from the US. Players that don't usually play will come in. And hopefully they'll be good enough to beat the team. I will be playing there, won't be simming it for the other games, however. So Celta Vigo, maybe even Espanyol. Espanyol, I think, were close to us at the start of the season. Don't know where they are to now, but depending on what they're like when we get there, they might sim them 2 games just to get us to the Atletico Madrid match a little bit quicker. Same with the Girona match. Last sim we beat them 3-0, so although it's away this time, I'm still a bit confident that we can get there. So I will meet you back here for the Atletico Madrid match.
Suddenly, I feel your lips on me. I feel your lips on me. And suddenly, I feel your lips on me. I feel your lips on me. Take my breath away.
Right, so in the end, January actually ended up being quite a congested fixture list for us, considering we missed half the month with the winter break. We ended up playing 5 games in 13 days, nearly one every 2 days, more or less. And it doesn't even stop there, because we got Real Madrid next in the Copa del Rey, followed by Girona 2 days after that, before finally hopefully a week break, unless they somehow fit another Copa del Rey game in here. I hope not, though, because the team isn't the biggest team. We haven't got the most depth, but we're coping for now. A 2-2 draw last time out was kind of a bit of a shit way to go down. We went 2-0 up, and 2 sloppy goals we give away brought Espanyol back into the game. And to be fair, if it wasn't for some great keeping, we might have even lost that game. But other than that, it's been decent. The 3-0 win at Sevilla, fantastic result. We are going for it in the Copa del Rey, so I'm happy to see that we're getting the results there. Same with the 4-0 win away to Leganes. Very, very happy with that. Really taking this serious, especially with this one. It was a full 11 changes from the Barca team that started against Barca, but we did bring back in Soumare and Tavares just to strengthen that team. And we done the business in both games. And a simulation 3-1 win against Celta Vigo. Jonathan David hat-trick on the simulation was very nice to see. So yeah, it's been a bit of a up and down one, but we are not even at the Atletico Madrid game yet. Massive game instead against the in-city rivals, Real Madrid. Looking for some revenge, firstly, on earlier this season. They pumped us 3-1. So I'm looking for some revenge there. And it is a repeat of the final of the first season, when we lost in the final to Real Madrid on penalties. So looking to knock them out here would be very, very nice to do. Quarterfinals, big match. Hopefully we can get it done. A quick thing before we get into the Real Madrid match, actually, we are into February now. January transfer windows are completely dead for us. Nothing coming or going. We did have a massive offer for Soumare from Manchester United. 53.5 million coming in for him. He's valued at 43, but he's got a release clause at 78, and honestly, he's worth even more than that for us at the moment. He's by far our best centre defensive mid. Although Ampadu decent there, and obviously an offer came in for him as well from Fiorentina, which we rejected there as well. But I just don't have the squad depth to compete in the amount of cups that I want to compete in with the Europa League, with the Copa del Rey, and I'm going for Champions League in the league. I need to keep as many players as I can now. Martin Costa, who has been nagging me to start more matches, I was considering letting him go. 8.5 million from Hoffenheim for him. I didn't want to, but for the same reason I couldn't really afford to let him go. And that was about it really. Some smaller like loan offers come in for like our goalkeeper and so on, but not gonna let our only backup keeper go on loan. So yeah, finally let's get into the Real Madrid match. Come on then, massive match. Let's show them what we can do this season. They've had an easy game against us last time, but we're on our own patch now, and hopefully can keep them quiet. I've gone with a risky choice. I've gone with Bratberg starting over Jonathan David. Bratberg's been fantastic in the cup for us so far, and I thought I'd reward him by giving him the start here. James Rodriguez starts after missing out against Real Madrid the last time. Renier obviously stays. He's been fantastic for us in the Europa League. Not as well in the league as last season so far, but he has started. He consistently scores no matter what. So hopefully he can do damage once again here. Real Madrid pinning us in. It's a big strike from Royce, first shot of the match really. Just popping it around, falls to Royce, hits it, that's going in. It's a decent save. You expect the keeper to make that save on his near post though. Yeah, again a bit pinned in by Real Madrid so far, as bobbles around so shit in the box. And Rodrigo, the Brazilian youngster, cleans it up. Real Madrid playing without a recognised striker. They've got, I'd say, 4 wingers on the pitch with Royce, Rodrigo, Hazard, Odegaard. But it's paying off so far. 1-0 up. Work to do for the Valladolid. It's a great ball. Renier's in, and Renier tucks her away. It's a great response. That's what we wanted to see. Caught the Real Madrid backline napping a little bit there. Nice little through ball. Just sets Renier on his way. He's grown so much as well. His pace is ridiculous now. He just skips away from Varane. He's got the agility to pull it back and pick his spot across the keeper. I think it's Courtois. And we are back in the game, thankfully. It's a good ball again. Bratberg this time on the end of it. Up against Marquinhos. Does the same skill. Looks to go across the keeper. But Varane, I think, comes diving in. Tries to get onto the left foot. That's an handball. But I do believe the handballs are off, unfortunately. But get the corner out of it no matter what. And that's that for half time. 50-50 really, to be honest. They pinned us in for a long time in that game. But as soon as they got that goal, we replied very, very nicely, and since then it's been pretty more even. If anything, we've had better chances after that. But yeah, unlucky not to get a handball. Obviously, handballs are turned off, I think, in the settings. So we need a little bit more in the second half. We'll make some changes depending on who gets tired where. We still got Jonathan David to bring on. We even got Oriana, our other Colombian. He plays right mid, but we've been playing him cam. And he's been fantastic for us last couple of games. Got about 3 goals in the last 2 games. So he's been doing well for us. And then the last change will be somewhere else on the pitch, depending on what needs it most. But hopefully we can get the victory in the second half. Bounces off Costa at the back post. Tries to play her away. Can only give that as far as Hazard, who turns very, very well. It's only the side net in for the substitute. Gets in front of Costa. Not great couple of minutes for Costa there. Bradberg's in. It's on the left foot first time. Asking a lot, I guess, of the youngster. And I think that is time for changes. We will go James into the middle. Kubo off. Oriana on. Jonathan David up top for Bradberg. And leave us. Tavares off, he's knackered for Appa. And that is our 3 changes made. We need to go for the win. Oh, this is a great ball if it gets to him. It's a nice bit of skill, but Max Aaron's fantastic. Shuts that right down and we can break. Jonathan David's got the pace this time, he's got the running on him, he's got the legs. Takes her on himself. He's at the post, but it's got back to him. Come on. Oh, he gets away with that one now at number 7. He gets away with that one massively. 1v1. Rattles the upright, but it comes right back to him. Very, very lucky boy. And that is 2-1 to the Valladolid. 3 minutes to go. Surely not enough time for a Real Madrid reply. Kanko's got forward. Plays a lovely, lovely ball to Renier. Renier takes it into the corner. Jonathan David's made the run though. Spotted the run, didn't touch too much curl on the ball, needed it a little bit straighter. And that was a free shot on, well, free open net more or less. But that doesn't matter. Through to the semis, last 4. Fantastic result for us. And our substitution proven to be too hot to handle. Best player so far for us this season, Jonathan David. And yeah, top result for us. So these are the 4 finalists. Barcelona 4-0 comprehensive victory over Espanyol, who I believe that's a derby, isn't it? Like they're both from the same city. Atletico Madrid beating Athletic Bilbao 3-0. All 3 away victories. So Valencia beating Villarreal as well. Fucking massive victories for them as well. 2 4-0s and a 3-0. And that's beating Real Madrid. So it's one of the big boys out, 2 remain in. Hopefully, it happened last time, we managed to pull Valencia in the semi-finals and then meet one of the big boys. It was Real Madrid last time in the final. But this time it will be a different one if we can get through. Hopefully we have a nice draw. Hopefully the draw is nice to us. And that we can hopefully get into a 3rd final in 3 seasons. Let's take a quick look at the calendar, see where we've... Oh, that's not ideal. It's not ideal at all. We've drawn Barcelona. Don't know whether it's home or away. Whereas it is in that gap, in that week off. Do have 3 days from this draw the match. Then it will be 4 days from the Atletico Madrid match. But the congestion fixtures are building up. This is where we need a big squad, because we've got 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 games in 30 days. 28 days, something like that, a game nearly every other day. It is starting to really build up, especially if we continue. I expect us to beat Club Brugge. Expect us to do the business there. So that'll just mean games even further year. First leg of Barcelona though, that'll be a big one. We shall get into that game. And this is where we're going to end it, I think, for this game. It'll be nicely set up for us next episode. We'll have the first leg of the Barca game, a big game against Atletico in the league, the start of our knockouts in the Europa League. Hopefully we can progress through that. 2 relatively easy games, and then the episode after that will be the continuation of the Copa del Rey, second leg of the Barca game. Hopefully we can do the business, and yeah, we do have one game to sim just before we go, and we'll quickly get through that now. Tavares making his way for Appa, who requested the start. Morientes is going to make a start over Rodriguez, and I think that's more or less it as we are. Maybe start Alcaraz over Kubo, and happy with that. Just trying to keep the team a little bit fresh. Going into this next big game, we do have a couple of days break, but 3-1 win last time at home though against Girona on the simulation. Hopefully we can do another win. 4-0 now. And a 4-0 win, massive. Morientes, Jonathan David, Upamecano and Max Aarons all on the score sheet. You love to see it. And that is that. Next game, massive game, semi-finals of the Copa del Rey. If you've enjoyed, leave a like. If you've not enjoyed, leave a dislike. And if you want to stay up to date with the rest of the series, you can also subscribe. That is massive. It always helps me out. I have been Davis. Thank you very much for watching. Good night.